In the last episode, we saw Christy take down a Cape York boar with her bow. Margaret and Christy needed a rest from their big walk on the previous bow hunt. So the invitation of a drive with the station manager Mitch to go for a bit of a tour of the property sounded like a great idea. They squeezed into the single cab ute, checking out the dams and paddocks, with the hope of spotting a pig or two on their travels. Margaret was in relaxation mode, with her bare feet taking in the freedom of a bit of time without boots on. So when they suddenly spotted a boar feeding on a cow carcass in a bare paddock, Margaret's feet were forgotten, and she began her stalk with her boots still in the back of the ute. The boar was busy feeding and was fairly close to them, so Christy said it would be no worries to do a quick stalk with no boots. Despite the odd sharp stick, the sandy ground was quite comfortable to walk on, and the lightness of her feet and extra sensory feedback led to a very fast but quiet stalk. The pig took off and led the girls on a wild barefoot chase, which led them further and further from the vehicle and closer to sore feet. The pig took off and led the girls on a wild barefoot chase, which led them further and further from the vehicle and closer to sore feet. But from what they could see from a distance, this was a large tusked pig, and Margaret was determined to stay hot on his heels. Finally, she was able to take her shot, and the pig was finally stopped in its tracks. When they propped the pig up, Margaret was a little disappointed to find that one of his tusks were broken off. However, it was a very enjoyable and tough hunt, and this boar had quite a lot of character and was a trophy animal in their eyes. Laka man, laka. Well, Margaret, another one on the ground.
Yeah, thank you, Chrissy.
A personal best?
Personal best. Personal best. No, this was a great start. Yet again, we were just driving around looking for some pigs, and I saw this pig eating on a dead carcass, and we stopped, and so the action begins. So I was out of the vehicle, stopped my stock, and he made me work for for a bit, but it was worth it, every second of it.
Action alright. I felt like I was in the Olympics. Trying to hold the camera, do the hurdles, 100-metre sprint. Yeah, but once again another very physical one. And just glad it started to cool down. We were able to see them out grazing a little bit more, which is something a little different. Part of the Huntress aimed to demonstrate to all people the power of drive, ambition and unity. We aspire to be positive role models for all women, men and children, to be valued for our skills, knowledge, ability to share, learn and succeed, and encourage others to succeed. So Margaret, you've just finished cleaning up the tusks and the skull of the two larger boars, and they've actually come up quite nice. Let's have a look.
To clean a skull, it takes a bit of work. First of all, you need to cut as much as possible meat away from the bone, and then you separate the jaws from each other, and then you put it in a pot and cook it for a few hours to get rid of all the pieces of meat. And then to make it easier is to put it in a bucket of water with bleach in it, and just leave it for a day in the bleach, and then all the stuff inside the bones and the tooth and all the dirty stuff just fall out, and then you can just scratch it clean afterwards.
So we can see here this is another boar that Margaret shot, and it actually, even though there wasn't a lot of tusk sitting outside of the jaw, when we've taken them out, removed them from the jaw and cleaned them up, they actually scored really well in the Australian scoring system, which is the Douglas points, and we would actually consider this to be a trophy size boar. Well, we're now at the end of the northern section of our Aussie series. We're heading back south with our skin a little more brown, our hair a little more knotty, and everything we own covered in a layer of red dust.
Well, we are also heading back with a hat full of great memories, lots of laughs, and some very good footage of some great hunts.
That's right, Margaret. So beneath all the dust, the heat and the flies, I'm sure you can appreciate the absolute beauty of this rugged top part of Oz. So we would like to thank Raw and Twin Rivers bow hunters for making this a success, and we look forward to coming back one day.
Absolutely.
They take us to the green rolling hills of northern New South Wales, joining up with Donna Partridge to hunt pigs, deer and foxes. See ya!